Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Mysteriously Divine and I'm back with another video. I was being pushed today to share a specific message. Ever since I was at work, I literally just came in from work, guys, and I didn't do anything. I just burned my incense, I made some tea, and it was straight here to get this message since I was being guided at work to share it. Guys, please support my channel, like, subscribe, share my messages because they are really messages that are coming to me. This is not something that I'm making up. Literally, if I get the message and it comes to me, I share it. If you guys can notice my eyes, I look very tired. I had a very long day. So bear with me. I know I look a little bit, beat. So the message I wanted to share today was about, well, the message I was getting was about binding spells. Binding spells and just love work in general. Its consequences and its dangers. Because I'm feeling like a lot of people are, playing around and dabbling when it comes to love work. Like I spoke in my other videos, it's becoming popular. It's something that's becoming a trend. And people are not really educating themselves when it comes to this type of magic, this type of path, and also the deities that sometimes are required and used for certain spells to work. So, I feel it's very important to, teach people the consequences and the dangers when you dabble in things you don't know about. So love spells is basically the manipulation of energy to try to win over somebody's emotion. You can either do love work, to get someone to love you. You can do love work to get someone to have passion for you. And there's also sex magic, which is a little darker, obviously, because that's already something strong. Usually requires some very dark entities to do that. The problem with love work that a lot of people don't understand is that you are forcing someone to do something against their will. The Most High Creator gave us all free will for a reason. He gave us free will so that we can make our own choices and decisions, and we can choose what way we want to live. So the minute, because some people, they look at this like it's innocent. A lot of people, they jump into this path and they think, oh, it's nothing wrong. It's just love magic. It's not anything bad. If you're forcing somebody to do something, that's just like getting a gun and putting it to their head and telling them, hey, you're going to love me. It's just like that. And depending, like I said, on the type of love work that it is, it can get very dark. And sometimes these are not entities or beings of light that are helping. The minute you are manipulating someone or forcing someone against their will to do something, this is dark. This has nothing to do with benevolent energies. Please don't be fooled. Please don't be lied to, because there's a lot of people out there that they're not going to tell you this stuff. They're not going to sit here and tell you, oh yeah, I conjured up a demon, to help this guy love you. Or I use some very dark energy. Because a lot of people forget that karma exists. Everything we put out into the universe, we get back. That's just how it works. Be it by good or be it by bad, depending what we put out. And on the severity of, what we put out. So one of the things that I believe that you can do that kind of is not dark, if you want to sweeten someone up, if that man is already your partner, or if that man is already in love with you, or that woman, that's a completely different story, because that person's heart is already wanting you. It already wants to be with you. It already wants to be there. So if you just want to do something to maybe, make that person treat you better. Sometimes when you've been with someone for a long time, the routine and everything, it causes issues. To me, that's something that is light, because the love is already there. The person's already with you. They already made the choice out of their free will that they love you and they want to be with you. When it becomes dark is when this man has not voiced that he wants to be with you, or that he wants something with you, or that he loves you. Because a lot of people think it's very innocent to say, oh, but he just needs some help to make a decision. He probably just doesn't know what he wants. First of all, we are nobody to tell. And this is not just for men, by the way. It's he, she. I just have this tendency of always saying he. Just a disclaimer. That person's a grown adult. I'm hoping, that we're speaking about adults. I'm pretty sure an adult knows, what they want and what they don't want. And I have a problem with people who, think that it's okay to just, do things like this behind, other people's back, regardless of what it is. Especially when that person is not even in a relationship with you to begin with. There are some very dark forms of magic. 'Cause a lot of practitioners, they're not going to tell you, what they do, because they want your money. I'm not saying that all practitioners work from a place of just wanting money, because I personally know a lot of people that work from a place of love and to help people, and money is just something that comes with it. But there are a lot of scammers, and there are a lot of people that take advantage, and they don't care about the repercussions or the consequences that you get, because they just want the money. Love work is very expensive. Okay? A binding spell, these things can range up to thousands of dollars. And you think a practitioner is going to tell you the consequences? They're not going to tell you the consequences. They're going to take their money and they're going to go about their life, and you're going to have to deal with the consequences of that. Because a lot of people don't understand. Love work is not forever. Love work is something that after a while it starts to weaken until it fades. And some people, they have to continuously be reworking and reworking and reworking, and this can cost thousands and thousands of dollars. And it doesn't even matter if it's been 10 years and you're still with that man or that woman. Eventually one day is going to come that working is going to get weak, and you better pray that you have the money to keep that hot, keep that work burning, because the minute that working cools off, cold gets cold, and that person awakens from that sleep, from that dream, they're going to see you for what you are and what you're doing. Okay? Because remember, witchcraft is basically like you're literally sleeping. You have this cloud over your eyes, and where you can't really see what's going on, you can't really see what's happening. That's what witchcraft is. And love work, just basically, that's what it does. It messes with your head. It messes with your brain to the point that you start to see people more attractive. You start to, oh, that person's not that bad. I think I can make it work. That type of thing. But eventually when that magic fades out and that person awakens, things are going to start crashing down. Okay? And a lot of people don't even understand how dangerous it can be when you force someone against their free will, someone that doesn't even like you, someone that probably looks like they will never look at you, and you do magic to someone that way to force them and drag them to be with you. To me, this is the worst type of magic, and it usually consists of very, very dark spirits that are conjured up to cause this. Usually, imagine a person not wanting to be in a place. You have to conjure up a very, very dark energy to be able to force this person to be in that place they don't want to be. Usually, if the person's will is very strong and powerful, these entities will get to the point of like hurting the person to push them towards that place. So if it means getting into an accident, if it means breaking the legs, if it means getting them sick and giving them diarrhea and vomiting and just whatever necessary, that's what these spirits will do. And this is something that a lot of practitioners are not going to tell you. Oh, if you get him back and he's missing a leg, he didn't want to come, so I had to break his leg. Now you have to deal with a man that doesn't walk, or a woman that's missing a leg. Not there's anything wrong with people who are, amputees or missing limbs, but in this particular situation, these are the things that happen. These are some of the consequences of the many consequences that can happen to people who dabble with witchcraft when it comes to love spells and binding spells. Okay? These are very, very, very powerful, powerful forms of magic. And I feel like a lot of people they think it's innocent. They think, oh, it's just love work. That's what I've heard people say. It's just love work. There's cases of people who, in the midst of awakening from these spells, they will try to hurt you. You get what I'm saying? You basically force this person to be where they don't want to be. So their subconscious mind is still saying, why am I here? It's like they're in a constant state of confusion, and where they're doing things and they don't know why they're doing them. So if this person didn't even want to be with you to begin with, they're going to be with you, but don't think it's going to be flowers and sunlight, because whatever doesn't come from the light, it's not going to give you fruit of beauty. It's going to give you sadness. This person could hit you. This person could take your money. This can manifest in all types of sorts of negative things. Okay, there's cases of people that have killed their lovers, and I wanted to talk about this. We see on the news all the time cases about women killing their husbands and husbands killing their wives and killing their whole family. And a lot of times these are consequences of love work, and we just don't know. We will never really know because, like I said, magic is done underhandedly. It's not something that you can have physical proof to. And that's why a lot of people resort to this type of thing, because there's no physical proof to take you to court and sue you or, put a case on you. My family's Dominican. I see cases about this all the time on the news in Dominican channels, you know what I'm saying? Talking about how this guy, killed his wife, or that woman killed her husband. Because these things are very common in Haiti and Dominican Republic. They're very common in Latin America in general. Even though I know this happens all over the world. But in Latin America, these are things that happen a lot. They happen a lot. What happens is that a lot of people get comfortable. They think, oh, he's so in love with me, or I got her head over heels. What happens is you're going to get bored. At the end of the day, to have someone under you constantly, consistently, 24/7, a lot of people end up getting tired of the person, or they get bored of the person, because it's normal in our relationships for us to have moments where we get kind of tired of the person we're with and we don't really want to see them, or we have like phases and where one person's more in love and the other person's more in love. So imagine a person under this type of magic, this type of spells. That person's not going to have that type of phase. They're going to be under you 24/7. And that moment when you get so sick and tired of it that you want to get away, and you're like, you know what? Some people resort to cheating. So what happens is that when these people that are under these spells, when they wake up from these spells, they go berserk. Like, they will stab you, they will kill you, they will kill the family, the children. When we hear about cases of, these couples killing each other, or these people just going crazy and killing their whole families. I'm sorry, guys. It's springtime in Jersey. Everybody's happy with the weather getting warmer. So, yeah. When we hear about these cases of men killing their wives, or the women killing their husbands and the children, a lot of people say, the people that know them say, what happened to that guy? He was very normal before. He was fine. I never seen any weird, personality traits in that person. I never seen anything bad in that person. And it's because sometimes they're under spells. So obviously when you're under a spell, it can cause you to act in a different way. It can cause you to react in different ways, and where you wouldn't normally react. Okay? A lot of practitioners, they're not going to tell you that, they have to go and conjure up demons to do a lot of this work. They're going to tell you pretty things. They're going to be like, oh yeah, it's nothing. We're just going to write his name on this paper and blah, blah, blah. And they're not going to tell you the darkness that goes into these things. And they also are not going to tell you that everything we do comes back to us. It comes back to us times 3. It comes back to us times 10. It comes back to us. However, a lot of people that do binding spells on their partners end up regretting it after a few years, if they do get that person to stay with them. Because it's not a happy home. Believe it or not, it's not a happy home. There's fights. A lot of the time, because these people are binded, they find, like I said, their subconscious is still awake. So they try to look for a way to free themselves. And being that they can't physically free themselves or spiritually free themselves, they try to find ways to cope. Some people fall into drugs. Some people fall into alcoholism. Some people party consistently. So you'll have that person with you. If you're a woman, you can have that man with you, but just know he's going to be going out consistently, okay? There's cases where there are men that consistently cheat. So yeah, you have that person there, and women too, you have that person there, but that person's consistently cheating on you. So what happiness is that? Sometimes they manifest in that the person doesn't want to work. So, oh, you wanted to bind that person? Oh, you definitely binded them, because now they're home 24/7. This isn't funny, but I have to bring awareness to these things. Because some people think it's something very simple and it's okay. Okay? One of the things to me that's even more dangerous is people that try to do it themselves. One thing is you paying a person to do it that actually has experience and actually has, spirits. And another thing that's very different is for you to go to the botanica, buy everything, and try to do it by yourself. You're dabbling. You're opening yourself. You're performing and opening a portal where all types of entities can infiltrate. So let's say even if you are doing an innocent, sweetening thing to someone who you love or you're with, you don't know what spirit you are calling upon when you're opening yourself the minute you light candles and do incantations. And even if, let's say, you choose to call on a deity, sometimes you don't know because there's trickster spirits that can come out. And you're over here thinking you're talking to a chum, and you're talking to an Aisapie, or you're talking to I don't know, Isis, and you're speaking to some wannabe spirit that's just playing you out, taking your energy, came in through this portal you just did, and it's in your house. And then you're wondering why you're fighting, why things are breaking, why your electronic devices are basically just breaking down, and you're fighting with your children, and your children are aggressive. Guys, this is not something to dabble with. Okay? I'm not telling anybody what to do. If you do want to do something this way, then you have to go to a professional. But I do not recommend you trying to do this yourself. This is very, very dangerous, especially when you're dealing with another person's free will. To me, a binding spell is just like doing a hex. Okay? It's very harmful to the person you're doing it to. Because what I feel is that a lot of people that do these type of things are people that are very insecure, people who lack a lot of healing and a lot of self-love, and also people that are, I'm gonna say, controlling and manipulative. You need to learn how to understand that when a person does not want to be with you, they just don't want to be with you. You cannot just think you're gonna force someone to be with you just because you love them. Love is selfless. True love is selfless. And what you're going to want more than anything is for the person that you're with to be happy, and the person that you love, even if you're not with them. You want them to be happy, to be safe. That even if you look at them and yeah, it hurts, but you look at them and you say, I love that person. I want that person to be happy. And if that other woman or that other man is that person's happiness, then I have to be happy for them. Because that means that what's for you is not that person. And even if it is, you may meet up with that person in the future. Okay? Because I feel like a lot of people get desperate. I've seen cases of people that break up and like a year later, 2 years later, they're back together with no type of magic being done. Because that person was meant to be with that other person. Sometimes some people block and cross their own paths, complicate the situation 1,000 times more, and even cause that person to leave by trying to do witchcraft. You're going against the natural order of things the minute that you try to force somebody to do something that they are not either ready to do or not meant to do. And let's not even talk about when these things backfire, because they backfire very strong, very, very strongly. Especially when you have children. Even if you don't have children, the minute you have children, these things stay in your DNA. And your next generations to come, they absorb these consequences. And then they're wondering, like, why am I unhappy? Why can't I find, a good husband, a good wife? And then you're sitting here older, wiser, looking at your child suffering. And you're wondering, why can't my child find a good man or a good woman? And it's because of the things that you did to their father, or to another person, or to their mother. You cannot play spirit. You cannot play the Most High. And I'm starting to think that a lot of people believe that it's simple that way. Like they can like get away from karma. Like they can trick destiny and like, oh, nobody's gonna know. Maybe other people won't know. But trust me when I tell you, the Most High sees everything, and these spirit guides, they see everything because they're in a different realm. They're in the realm we can't see, and they can see us though. These things have a lot of consequences. And I have to bring awareness, and a lot of other people have been bringing awareness about binding spells and dark love magic. It drives people insane. I have seen it with my eyes. It drives people insane. And in my opinion, and this is a personal opinion, I can't imagine, being with someone who doesn't even truly love me. And just to know every day when I look at that person that I forced them to be with me via witchcraft and that they don't really want to be with me, how am I going to feel? I'm going to always have to stare at that man and feel like he's with me, but he doesn't want to be here. And what that causes is this insane insecurity, and you always have to overlove this person because you have that fear in you that person's going to leave you. Oh, what if he leaves me? What if he stops loving me? Oh my God, like, what am I going to do? I've seen it. And that's not life. There's nothing more beautiful than being with someone that chose you because they wanted to choose you. Because they said, I love you, I want to be with you. And here's this ring. And I want you to spend the rest of your life with me. Because you know that no matter if you gain weight, if you lose weight, if you cut your hair, you know that person's going to love you no matter what. And to me, there is nothing like that. And I'm not comparing or making anybody feel bad, but I'm giving this message as a form of advice from my heart to really bring awareness and to show people that this is not always the answer. And like I said in the beginning of the video, there are workings that are very, very light. You can do love magic to attract love to your life. Things like that are not dark. Let's say you're single and you want to find a man. There are workings that can be done to make, open the floodgates of love to come into your life so that you can meet a partner that is for you. You can manifest the correct partner to come towards you. There's nothing wrong with that. To open that energy of love from the universe and help you meet the person that's meant to be with you. Or, like I said, if the person's already with you, or that person already told you that they want to be with you, that they love you, that they care about you, and that person, has a very strong temperament. There's people that just have a very strong temperament, and sometimes they're just kind of tough. You can kind of sweeten them up because that's not really messing with their free will. But the minute that you do a binding spell, the minute that you force somebody to be with you, to love you, against their will, the consequences are very, very, very strong. Some people can't sleep at night, Some people see spirits, hear things, hear voices. And sometimes these spirits that grant these things, if they are very, very dark, remember, things that are dark, they don't care. They don't care. They're going to give you what you want, but everything comes with a price in the spiritual world. Nothing is free. Because people are confused. They think, oh, I paid $3,000, so I'm good. No. Honey. Whatever deity that practitioner used to help that love work or that person come into your life to love you, that deity requires something back from you. And it ain't money. Trust is not money. It will ask for something, and it's usually something that's very hard to accept or to give. Because dark energies do not have limits. And guess what? They're going to hit you where it hurts. Like I said, The spirit world can see us and our truest and strongest desires, even when we think nobody can see it. They can see it. And guess what? They're going to hit you. They're going to hit you right there in that spot. Okay? And I'm not trying to make anyone feel bad. Like I say in a lot of my videos, my messages are messages that I am guided to give. They're not in any way, shape, or form meant to offend. I want to teach. And I want people to open their eyes, to think about these things, meditate on them, and use your common sense. So that you see that everything that I'm seeing is real. It's true. So this is the end of this video. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your week. Enjoy your weekend. I'm going to try to be on more often, making more videos, more messages, and my collective readings. Please, guys, subscribe, share, comment. I just started my channel, so the support, it means so much. Okay? I'm not here, and I'll put the disclaimer out. I'm not here to be famous. I'm not here for clout or anything crazy. I'm here because this is my purpose. To share these messages is my gift, and I love what I do. So this is why I'm here. If my messages are not for everyone or not to be meant to be shared by everyone, then it just isn't. But I want my messages to reach those that need it the most, those that they're meant for, because they're meant for somebody out there. Take care, guys. I'll see you next time on another video. Like I said, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you next time. Bye.